State political crisis. Governor Fubara, FCT Minister, Rivers State government reacts to trending rumors of sack of aides, council chairman, suspension of chief judge, Port Harcourt Ring Road project. Police arrest youths attempting to break into Rivers State Speaker's home. Appeal Court reinstates APC governorship candidate in Bayelsa State. On the foreign scene, Japanese police arrest man after holding 2 people hostage. I am Constance Mega. President Bola Tinubu has intervened in the ongoing political conflict in Rivers State. The president met with the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, in a closed session during the meeting of the Nigeria Police Council at the Presidential Villa Abuja today. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, who briefed State House correspondents, said with the president's intervention, peace is expected to return to Rivers State.
The president, in his usual leadership position, intervened and then would appear with peace. He has shown that he is a president for PDP, president by intervening today and consult the people of Rivers and Nigeria, making sure he did not use his big hammer and biro to extricate us, to emasculate us as a opposition. This to be very good and going forward, that we pledge that we are going to talk with him to doing good governance.
The governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, was seen shaking hands with the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike as they met at the Presidential Villa in Abuja today. Well, their meeting comes a day after the impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara by the Rivers State House of Assembly, where both men are attending a meeting of Nigeria Police Council, the body that oversees the organization and administration of the Nigeria Police Force. As you may know, Governor Fubara left for Abuja this morning with some top chieftains of the PDP. They include Sam Jaja, Sergeant Awuse, Ima Anyanwu, and State PDP Chairman Desmond Akawo, among others. Meanwhile, PDP elder statesman Paworiso Horsefall has advised Governor Fubara to avoid taking counsel that could plunge the state into crisis.
I will not hesitate 1 second to advise, see this as divine intervention of God for him to become the real governor of Rivers State. And he should not be I will advise him to retain, maintain, and sustain the tempo of what is happening. Let him take charge.
We'll recall that yesterday, some elders of the PDP in Rivers State visited the governor at the government house in Port Harcourt following the impeachment notice on the governor over the political crisis in the state. In the same vein, the police have arrested several youths for allegedly attempting to breach the gate of the official residence of the Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Samewuli. The chairman of the Rivers State National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, Chijioke Ihunwo, is among those arrested, where videos online show them sitting on the ground at the state CID premises. Our correspondents gathered that the youths were demanding Mr. Amehule's eviction, claiming he is no longer Speaker of the House. Well, yesterday, removed leader of the House, Edison Ehi, said he emerged Speaker after 26 members elected him during a plenary held at the Government House in Port Harcourt. And more politicians in Rivers State have appealed to the state lawmakers to embrace peace for the good of the state. We're speaking to correspondent Sobio Ruwari on this. The governorship candidate of Action Democratic Party, ADP, Victor Fingesi, said the current political crisis shows an absence of democracy in the state. He advised the lawmakers to unite for the interest of the state.
You will find things like this happen in Rivers State. I think what happened was bound to happen. And I think what happened can reoccur again if the form of governance of the previous government comes to light anytime in Rivers State. I think that we must practice true democracy. I think that we must allow Rivers State for investors to find it attractive. If we do not do that, then Rivers State will be in the situation it has been since 1999.
Also, former commissioner of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, Hope Barangotaria, urged the Inspector General of Police to investigate the alleged attack on Governor Siminalayi Fubara by police officers using tear gas canisters yesterday.
Barely 9 years ago, Rivers State experienced this kind of imbroglio at the hollow chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly, where it was clear that the Nigerian police took sides. It is more worrisome that the police have not said anything more than 24 hours after the governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminalayi Joseph Fubara, accused them of shooting live ammunition at him, throwing tear gas canisters at him, and pouring him water, yet the police are yet to say anything in defense of what has happened.
Well, Dr. Barango Taria urged the political class to avoid any action capable of heating up the polity. But still on the political situation in the state, the Rivers State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Joe Johnson, says it is not true that Governor Siminalayi Fubara sacked some of his aides and local government chairmen. In a statement, the commissioner said the public will be properly informed of who may have been removed by the governor at the appropriate time. In a related development, the Rivers State Commissioner for Works, Alabo George Kelly, has dismissed speculations that the Port Harcourt Ring Road project has been suspended, where Dr. George Kelly tells correspondent Matthew Kerenkim that the project is ongoing as planned. He said compensation has been paid to owners of all the buildings marked for demolition.
There's no such news. The project is going on and progressing very well. It has started from segment 7. Segment 1 will commence anytime soon. And as you know, there are a lot of buildings on the right of way which ought to go down, over 7,000 buildings. Compensation has been paid for all those buildings that have to go down, and the project has commenced and progressing according to plan.
Away from that, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has reinstated Timipre Silva as the legitimate APC candidate for the Bayelsa State governorship election on November 11th. A 3-member panel overturned the Federal High Court ruling in Abuja, which previously disqualified Silva from the election. Still to come, supplementary budget passes second reading. Stay tuned.
On 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. The House of Representatives has summoned the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, to brief them on the conditional cash transfer program of the federal government to 15 million households. The House, in a motion of urgent public importance, questioned the lack of transparency in the handling of the program, which they say led to fraudulent practices. The Nigeria Police Council has confirmed Kayode Egbetokun as the Substantive Inspector General of Police, IGP. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State disclosed this after the Police Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja today. In business, the supplementary appropriation bill forwarded to the Senate by the executive for approval has passed second reading. The bill gives legislative backing to the supplementary budget of about 2.2 trillion naira approved by the Federal Executive Council yesterday in Abuja. And the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says it has no plan to redenominate or restructure the Naira notes in 2024. The Apex Bank said this today in a statement signed by its Director, Corporate Communications, Issa Abdul Momin. It said a text message suggesting that the bank plans to redenominate the Naira next year is misleading. The statement, however, said that while the bank may be considering reforms, they will be subject to the provisions of the CBN Act 2007. And in entertainment, the family of Nollywood actor John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, said he has undergone 5 surgeries and will continue his treatment abroad. In sports, Saudi Arabia is set to host the Men's 2034 World Cup after Australia decided against bidding to stage the tournament, where Football Australia confirmed its decision early hours before FIFA's deadline for declarations of interest today.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Police in Japan have arrested a gunman who barricaded himself in a post office for several hours with 2 female hostages. One was later released, while the second was freed after police rushed in and detained the suspect. The women are said to be unharmed, and the motive for the attack is still unclear. Well, that's the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that President Bola Tinubu has stepped in to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State. Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike met in Abuja today amid the political crisis in Rivers State. The Rivers State government has dismissed the rumored sack of the governor's aides, local government chairman, and the suspension of the Ring Road project. The police have arrested some youths for attempting to break into the home of the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Samewule. Well, the appeal court has reinstated Timipre Silva as the legitimate APC governorship candidate. On the foreign scene, Japanese police have arrested a gunman after he held 2 people hostage. Well, that was the news. You can see pictures and watch videos of news stories when you like us on Facebook and follow us on X at Nigeria Info PH. On Instagram, it's at Nigeria Info FM_PH. Now, for any eyewitness report and breaking news, text and send your WhatsApp pictures and videos to our news desk line on 0808 721 7215. Remember, peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I'm Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.
We connect you to the world. We connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria Info.
Listen to me, I said this is a real situation and the government has to do something about it.
What are you trying to insinuate? All these people looting Nigeria's money?
This is Nigeria Info, in the heart of Nigeria.
92.3.
We are Nigeria Info.